Yeah, so this is what they're going to find out as they investigate Urban Meyer. So from my experience, so first off, I was in Columbus, Ohio almost 15 years. Any professional that you can speak with would tell you that I'm not a straight edge. I just don't party. I don't smoke pot. I treat my body as a temple. I don't pitch religion. I don't walk around as a prophet. But I can tell you that in any religion of good, they depict the body as divine and that you honor your body. And I never had a problem doing that because I could directly tell the effect the food had on me mentally. The same thing with alcohol. And I never needed alcohol to go on a date or get a girl. Yet every single guy that I met successful that wanted me to train them, including Brian K Hess, the Tattletale Alarm that I worked for, Peter DeBellis of Peter DeBellis Painting, Rick Bean that owned Zoot Scoot. He was absolutely okay. If being messed up puts you on fire, this guy was a walking inferno. So bad that the dog he had at his garage, when I asked what happened to that dog, because that dog was a cute dog, it died because he let it drink gasoline. If I went there 10 a.m. to check on my scooter, he already had a 40-ounce Heineken. And one event that I set up for Steve Boone with strippers, because I don't have no problem with strippers. In fact, last time I had lived in Vegas, a stripper lived with me. And that stripper wound up going out with the quarterback of the 49ers, Jeff Garcia. And when I found out that happened, nothing violent happened, I said, hey, get your stuff. I'm not even going to discuss it. It's over. Because I always felt that any guy that hits a girl, well, they should be hit. They should be like hit with a hammer. In any event, like I said, every guy I trained in Ohio had money and was a fuck up. A complete fuck up. And you didn't need to take a test to find out. You could visually see bad deterioration of skin, which means bad cell growth, a lot of times missing teeth, this complacent attitude that you can eat whatever you like, especially with Grove City Fire Department guys, because I trained Bill and Chris, who were a couple. Bill was the fire inspector. Sherry Testaguza's story to me was brutal. Sherry Testaguza Cook, who was married to Steve Cook. Do I know if it is true or not? Well, I saw a lot of beating marks on her. And I know she was involved with the orgies and with Monica Day. And I wrote Monica Day so many times, I can't even tell you. And how I made a connection with Monica Day is, Monica Day used to train at Flex. That was on the corner of Kenny and Lane. And the guy that ran that place was a total fuck up. Steroid head, Sean Humphrey. And then Jimmy Buffington that worked there was another steroid head. And that place was busy with all kinds of girls, and all of a sudden there was none. And I know Demetrius Stanley was involved in that place, former Detroit Lion. And I know Dr. Troiano was involved in that place. And I know that a lot of the Cahoots strippers were there. And I know a lot of the vanity strippers were there. And I know there was a Constance there. And Kevin and Billy would wind up opening up the Sweatbox, which was Dr. Troiano. And people just kept disappearing. And I don't know how Dr. Troiano can't say I wasn't around. All my medical records are going to show that these guys, one after the next, kept fucking up on me. And I never did drugs. Never. Never drank. Never. My skin, I'm 60. I have my hair. And Columbus, Ohio, you're one fucked up town. And I had all professional females from OSU, and not one person, not one, had anything positive to say about Urban Meyer. And I was invited to orgies and I didn't go. And I said, so how am I going to get there if I go to Florida? And Sherry Testaguza Cook said, they'll fly you down off the sawmill and there's no TSA. And Sherry Cook was married to a prick. Because here's the thing. If you're married to a whore, you let her go. This guy wouldn't let her go. He wanted her money. And there's a guy named Troy Speakman. And I've lived everywhere. I've seen it all. I dealt for Mr. Trump. I dealt with Mr. Trump privately. Not an orgy. I was always professional. And I had a lot of girlfriends. And I missed a lot of time at resorts because I was young. I wanted to go out. I went to the track all the time. I knew a lot of racetrack people. I knew Monty Gelrod was a fuck. I knew Monty Gelrod fucked a lot of people over. And I know something happened with my mom. Because my mom was a councilwoman in South Jersey. And I know this Patty Herrera showed up. And my mom died. Then my sister died. And then my father died. And my mom's body is at OSU. And if anyone else's body is there, like my brother-in-law, Bernie Durante, or my niece or nephew, this Urban Meyer is a fucking nut. And Detective Shearer, who I spoke to in 2020, told me, please lay off of, please lay off of Urban Meyer. We can't take it much anymore either. And Urban Meyer had taken his phone with him. And by looking at Urban Meyer's pictures, I can see why he's upset. I'd be upset too. If I had 100 million or 50 million, like Ben Rupp or Cameron Mitchell, and I looked like somebody's fucking ass, I'd be real upset. Because I don't even have 10,000, and I look like this. So Urban Meyer, I think you're a complete fuck up, truthfully. Because even Jimmy Johnson, who was short, always had a good haircut, nice comb over, gel, neat. And look, Jimmy Johnson would go like this, and he'd say, how about those Cowboys? And Urban Meyer, I've never seen you say anything fucking good. Not once. Not one fucking time. This is you at a presser. And then I saw pictures of you online where you tried to smile. You can't even smile. And you know what that shows, Urban Meyer? That shows you're a fucking psychopath. That shows that Urban Meyer's a plural. just like Ben Rupp's a plural. And Sebastian Ebel's a plural, because Sebastian Ebel can't smile either. When Sebastian Ebel smiles, he looks like he's 3 years old. He looks like a complete moron. They can't smile. Because they want to fucking kill people. Just like you, Urban Meyer. You are truly a fucking nut that's only happy when you're and slugging beers, because you're an addict. You're a fuck up like Ben Rupp. And if I had your money, George Clooney would call me and say, "Hey, Victor, what do we got going on today? Is Anne Hesh in town? Is Anne Hathaway in town? Who's in town? What do we got going on? Is Renee Russo in town, Victor? You know, the one you dated? What's she up to? Does she have a friend?" And I would say, "Hey, Brian Hess, I know why you're a pedophile. Because you're the size of a fucking 5th grader. Brian Hess is the size of a 5th grader. You will not believe how petite this fucking guy is. No one would ever believe in a million years how tiny a man and pathetic this guy is, and he'll give you this, look. Like, please fuck me. Please. I need sex so bad. I'm so hungry for love. And he's a faggot. And he's a stone cold faggot. And his real name is Brian Donahue. And when I worked at resorts and then went to the castle to try to get my TV back, I found pictures, not looking for photos. I was looking for a key to the garage to get my TV back. And there he was. His fucking pathetic self. Always looking for sympathy. And he's a killer.